Hey, collective. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer to the device because I have just gone through a whole entire thing trying to get this thing set up. Okay, so y'all, I've been doing a lot, rearranging stuff, switching things around, cleaning stuff up, clearing the energy out and everything. So this setup right here is totally different from the other setup that I had been using, and I'm trying to get used to this particular area. I still got a lot more to do in this area, but if I can pretty much get my setup where I'm comfortable in this area, I can go ahead and finish doing the other stuff that I need to do in this area. But like, wow, I don't know what had just happened was, but while I was getting ready, um the camera just didn't want to stand up no more. it was just like, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So I'm gonna try to be as easy as I can over here so as not to disrupt anything. Okay, so how, how y'all doing? Y'all got the rant before the greeting. How y'all doing? It's so nice to be back talking to you guys. It's been maybe a couple of weeks, maybe about 2 weeks, at least a week and a half, but maybe about 2 weeks since we talked. I did have to take a break. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of Coded Intuition. Y'all already know what it is. The intention is set for positive growth, forward movement, and self-healing. That's just what it is over here. Okay, so like I say, y'all, I needed to take a break. I have other things that I'll be working on that I have to tend to in the background from time to time, and a lot of times it takes it utilizes a lot of my energy, and I need to recharge. And especially with the way things are right now, the energy in the atmosphere, the overall everything that's affecting everybody, I definitely needed to take advantage of every opportunity that I had to recharge. um I don't know, somebody may need to hear this. uh Shoot, as I was saying, somebody may need to hear this. I'm actually hearing, shoot, all of y'all really need to hear this. Okay, so we gonna pay attention. I was about to say, maybe somebody needs to slow down, and be willing to take it step by step. Don't be so quick to rush through. As I was getting ready, as I was organizing and situating stuff, I went to do something, and I ended up doing step number 3 before I did step 1 and 2. And here I am sitting here looking, trying to figure out, now what did I just do? What just happened here? How did that happen? So luckily it was something simple and something cute that made me kind of giggle in the background. But the thing of it is that could be part of the message. Maybe slow down and be willing to go step by step. Don't just rush through to the end because you may be missing significant details, opportunities, situations, possibilities. So definitely slow down and let's talk about it. Today is March 4th, 2026. This is the day following the blood moon event we just had on March 3rd, 2026. I have been trying my best, you guys, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have been trying my best. This may turn out to be a long video, maybe not, but I have been trying over the course of these last week and a half, 2 weeks, to get to record a message, particularly for the collective. But like I say, I'll be doing a lot of different stuff in the background, and when you doing certain things, it causes a chain of events, because you're doing this that will occur. And when that occurs, you have to put energy into taking care of that. So by the time I was like able to sit down and get centered or whatever, I was just too drained to be trying to do readings for you guys. And uh, as I was doing the pre-shuffle on the decks, I got 2 decks up here that a few cards popped out, and I just set them on top of the decks in the order, in the way that they fell out, and we'll look at those. But I got distracted. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so what we need to understand about this blood moon event that we just had, we all understand that that's the last blood moon we will experience until New Year's Eve, New Year's. It's going to happen on December 31st, 2028, I believe. But it's going to be right around turning into, leading into January 1st. So that's going to be the next blood moon that we have. But this particular blood moon cycle that we just had is really about cleansing. And I think that's what I was about to talk about. I've been doing a lot of cleansing. A lot of cleansing. And it at one point it was seeming like the cleansing is kind of redundant. I mean, physical cleansing, mental cleansing, spiritual cleansing, emotional cleansing. At one point or another, it feels like it's kind of redundant, but in actuality it's not. Because if you think about it, when you, like, let's take a farmer for instance. A farmer uses his land to plant whatever crops is going to be feasible for him during this time that he's looking to make a profit or whatever he's trying to do. So he may switch up crops from time to time in this particular area. But as long as he consistently tills the land and prepares the land to grow the crop that he plans to grow for this season, that's what grows. But let that farmer go significant period of time, one season, without properly tilling the land and prepping it for a particular thing to grow, he'll be amazed at what actually ends up growing in that spot. It could be something that he planted 12 years ago and wasn't expecting to resurface today. But that's how it is when you're doing cleansing rituals, cleaning your home physically, cleaning your spaces spiritually, your inner spaces, your outer spaces, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Every time you do a cleansing session, okay, you feel good and you can move forward, you can progress. But if you don't continue to rebuke those negativities that you had to work through, those disappointments, those heartaches that you had to heal in order to get to where you are now, if you just like with the farmer, what he planted 12 years ago can't resurface, whatever you dealt with 12 years ago can come back and resurface. And if you don't continue to rebuke it every time it tries to resurface and cause and just be a presence in your life, it can fester and grow out of control and take you back to a place where you were before you dealt with the situation. So it's like 2024, everybody was saying it's the year of infinity, repeated cycles gonna come to an end. But I saw 2024 differently. It's the year of infinity. It's the year of cycles ending and cycles beginning is what it was. And it's like, if you have not progressed from the previous cycles that you were navigating through, those are the same cycles that you're going to continue to navigate through. And that's just where we're at right now. And the energy in the atmosphere right now is so thick and so gunky. So this blood moon is all about cleansing and letting go and releasing, right? Making room for success and happiness and abundance and the things that you truly desire and truly have been trying to bring into existence to come. Okay, so for the fourth and the fifth, it's very important, and here go that slow down message at the beginning. For March 4th and March 5th, it's very important that we don't make any big decisions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, slow down, let these 2 days pass, because that energy of cleansing is still strong, and you may rush through to like make a decision, make a move, make a big decision that will affect not just you but even your family and possibly your community too. And say you rush to sign the papers, and then come around March 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th, you realize you didn't read that part of the fine print, and now you're trying to figure out how you're going to get out of this. See, because right now we're in the energy of letting go of stuff that's not serving us and claiming what it is that we've always said that we wanted, because it's right there in our face. But we have to be willing to go step 1, step 2, step 3. Don't rush it, because you might miss something important. Okay, so let's see. I got the Moonology cards. That was a confirmation too. But I got the Moonology decks. I got both of them. I want to start off with this one, reflecting on that blood moon energy. And it says, surrender to the divine. Letting go of what is not serving you. Give all of your concerns, all of your desires to a higher power, all of your needs. Because nobody can work it out, the divine can. If it's too big of you, if it's too impossible for you to work out, the divine can work it out. So let's surrender to the divine, and that's a full moon. We checking up on that that blood moon energy, and then we're gonna move on to these other decks. Let's see what this next one is. It says the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. This is like verbatim what this full moon cycle is doing. It's like, you got to slow down and make sure that you're surrendering even your decision making to a higher power. It's like in all thy ways acknowledge God and He'll direct your path. That means before you make a decision, pray, and you get the right answer. You end up choosing the right option when you pray with a open heart with pure intentions. Your answers come according to your actual intentions. But the answers you need are coming. Okay, so right now you're not supposed to be rushing to be the answer. You're supposed to be waiting on the answer. What do you need to release? And that's a waning moon. So while you waiting on the answer, you're surrendering. You're letting go of what's taking up too much space for you. All of the unnecessary hurt, all of the disappointments, all of the disbelief in self. That's another interesting thing too, collective. Like maybe you guys need to write positive affirmations for yourself and say them. Last night I was preparing to do a recording, and instead of me doing a recording, I ended up writing. I do that sometimes. And when I read back what I had wrote down, I realized it was an affirmation. So I'm actively using the affirmation right now. And this affirmation is really me actually just accepting who I am truly, wholeheartedly, and being grateful that I am who I am created to be, and that's as much as I'm gonna say about it right now. But yeah, maybe you guys would benefit from writing out some positive affirmations and being willing to recite them at least once a day, but as many times throughout the day as you possibly can, because you got to speak it into existence. Okay, so I'm gonna look at these cards like this is the first deck that I actually picked up to do the clearing. So these and I flipped that card over. Maybe I should have saved this deck, but these 3 cards fell out. See, that's the six of swords. I was gonna say 6 of wands. I don't know why, but that's the 6 of swords, the 4 of rods, and the King of Pentacles. Wow. If we move correctly during this time period, collective, like, all of the blessings are abundant and they're ready, waiting for us, like in real time. You being, if once you right now surrender to the divine, know that that the answers you need to whatever the situation or circumstance that it is that you're dealing with are coming. And while you're waiting for those answers to come, sort through what it is that you really need to release and work on releasing those. Okay, you being help is on the way. You're being divinely guided to a place, to a protected shore where you can collaborate and build dynamic structures that are useful to society, not just a few people, but for peoples for generations to come. And you're gonna have first shot at some of the best deals out there. Wow, that's beautiful. That's amazing. That's amazing, you guys. But you gotta slow down and don't rush to make a decision, at least until after the March the 5th. Okay, that's important. Okay, now 3 of these cards here fell out. This one, it fell out in the reverse. When these cards fall out in the reverse, you just have to pay more attention to it. It doesn't mean any negative or any different thing about it. Okay, so in the upright it says, live in this world as a dreamer. Create a future paradise. So that tells me that, collective, by this card coming out in the reverse, is like, there are so many of you right now that have so many dreams and so many ambitions, so many desires. You want to create stuff, things, possibilities, and you're not allowing yourself to create those possibilities because maybe you feel like you're dreaming, you know, like you can spend that energy doing something more productive than dreaming. But when you having these dreams, do some journaling, write it down, and sort through it and see how there's a way for you to bring into existence the exact dreams that you're having. Your dreams are not out of reach. Your dreams are within reach. The answers that you need are coming. So this is like self-doubt. What do you need to release? Self-doubt. It says, live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. And by you not dreaming and being willing to even attempt to create a future paradise, why? What's holding you back? Fear, self-doubt. Maybe, you know, even looking at it like, I don't have what it takes to get there. But the answers that you need are coming, okay? Awaken all your senses, slow down, become aware of them. That's why I say maybe you need to do some journaling. Write down what it is that you're trying to bring into existence, and keep refining it until you're at the point where you can actually bring it into existence. You'd be surprised how things come together when you pull your thoughts together on actual paper. Okay, and then leave your usual circles behind. Seek out true companions. And a lot of us, you know, will have It's not just us, but it's just a natural existence within humanity. You always have negative Nancy's. You might um communicate with someone that you want to maybe open up a restaurant or open up a hair salon or start a tech business, and this person that you're expecting to be supportive and encouraging of you and that in that endeavor, knowing that you are skilled at what it is that you do anyway, you could be um very successful. They give you every reason why you should not move so fast, or maybe you should go work up there at the max, they hiring, instead of you trying to start your own business or whatever. All of a sudden you get inundated with reasons why and negative thoughts, which causes self-doubt, which causes stagnation, which causes you to go in a direction that you really wasn't meant to go in the first place. You actually are supposed to create a future paradise. It's in the cards. It's in the cards. You being guided to a place where you are creating a future paradise. And it's a big deal, baby. So, look, y'all. I don't know why, but I do want to pull one of these, at least one of these Moonology cards. Maybe two. But let's see what else. What else can we say to the collective about this beautiful time? Like, we going through a lot on this globe right now. And the more we work on ourselves as individuals, the better the world around us becomes. So never get caught up in the distractions, the drama, the despair, all of that that's going on around you. Always focus on you, because you are the one that matters the most. Not saying be selfish, but make sure that you checking in with yourself and making sure that you okay. Okay? Make sure that you checking in with yourself and you willing to rebuke the negativity as it arises, especially when it is pertaining to stuff that you've already worked through. And here we go again. No, we ain't doing that. Okay? Let's see what this is. Oh, transformation. Follow the moon and watch for signs. Follow the moon, baby. And watch for signs. That's cute. I like that. I like that, and I'm hoping y'all enjoying it too. It says surrender to the divine. The answers you need are coming. What do you need to release? Okay? Follow the moon. Okay? Live in this world as a dreamer. Create a future paradise. Dare to do the impossible. If what it is that you desire feels impossible, or somebody is over your shoulders telling you that it is impossible, that lets you know, yeah, it's doable, and you the one that's here to do it. So, look, collective, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. That's what I have for you. I said that once the collective start coming together, we gonna our name is gonna be changed from just the collective. I'm leaning on the code breakers. Okay, so code breakers, if y'all just broke this code with me and it's resonating, go ahead and give me a like, a thumbs up, whatever we calling it. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in to this episode of Coded Intuition. And until next time, I love you guys.